Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Michael Simpson here, the founder and senior instructor for the National Commercial Real Estate Association with you, coming at you live today. Hey, today I want to talk about how you can get into commercial real estate. I keep hearing stories about it's too hard, you can't do both. Um, all these myths, all these limiting beliefs about why you can't get into commercial real estate is just garbage. It really is. I saw an article just today on how no residential allowed. Hello, been doing it, done that. There's a lot of commercial agents that do residential as well. I don't think it's fair to put a blanket statement out there that says you can't do anything, frankly, within reason. Here's what happened to me. What happened to me is I was this residential agent and I was doing a lot of volume, and I had seen several times people ask me if I could do commercial real estate, and I said no, and I saw these commissions go to other people. Basically, and by the way, understand that this has been a struggle for me. This has been hard. This has not been easy for me. Just real estate in general. I got into real estate in '88, and I had a full-time job at an aerospace company in LA, and I started my office at Century 21 in Long Beach, got into real estate part-time. I would come down to Long Beach, I'd sit in traffic for an hour after I got off work at like 3:30, and I would cold call. I finally got 2 transactions from doing a cold call. I found a seller that listed and bought a FSBO, for sale by owner. My company decided they wanted to move me to Graveyard, and I was doing this part-time commute from my apartment in Lawndale. I had a little 1-bedroom apartment I shared with my girlfriend, and I was commuting down to Long Beach to do the cold calling. I went to him and said, I'm not going to Graveyard. I've got a hot girlfriend now, who's now my wife, by the way, and there's no way I'm going to go to Graveyard. You're going to have to lay me off. So they laid me off, but I had those 2 escrows or 2 transactions. It was really the same one, a buyer and a seller. And so I thought, okay, I'm good to go. But then the deal fell out. Those 2 transactions fell out of escrow, and so I panicked. I freaked out. I don't come from money, and so I had a credit card, Mr. Visa, that was helping me along the way, and then my girlfriend was kind of helping me a little bit too. And I started farming. I started knocking doors 4 hours a day because I was freaked out about making sure I could make some money. Long story short, 11 months goes by. I don't have a listing. I am broke. I drive this little black truck, and I would meet buyers at the office, and I would say, oh, I'm sorry, I drove my other car, I left my other car at home today, and my other car was my girlfriend's little 3-cylinder Chevy Sprint, and I would drive and park down the street from listing appointments so they wouldn't see what I was driving because I was poor. I didn't have any money. So in the 11th month, I had maxed out my credit cards and I couldn't keep going. I went into the broker's office and said, hey, listen, I'm gonna have to quit and go back to get a full-time job again. And she said, hang in there, it works. You see, along the way of these struggles that I've had, I can look back and see each point in my life there was a decision, there was something that happened, a nudge that said, hey, just keep going, moving forward, don't quit, hang in there. It could have been somebody like my broker saying, hang in there, give it some more time, or it could have been something that happened, like getting forced to go to Graveyard shift at that job. Little things like that caused me to keep moving forward in real estate. And so I got my first listing in my farm on my 12th month. The next month I got a listing, I held it open, I double-ended it, I got another listing, and all of a sudden Michael Simpson was this amazing overnight success in his farm. No, it was 18 months of pain and agony and struggle that nobody wants to talk about. So then what happened was I took this commercial class, because remember, I'd seen a couple deals come by for commercial real estate that I passed up. So I got a flyer and I was real excited thinking, hey, this is great. I'd love to learn how to do this. So I take this class. I love the class, numbers. It was just so exciting for me. The instructor called me and said, hey, if you come to my office, it was a RE/MAX office at that time. I was over at a Century 21 office in Long Beach. RE/MAX office over in Los Alamitos, California. He said, I'll mentor you and help you if you help me build a commercial division. So I thought, wow, what a great opportunity. So I go over there and start helping him build a commercial division. And I'm time blocking. I'm doing 100 deals a year in residential. So I'm time blocking 2 hours a day for commercial real estate. I take an hour in the morning, an hour later in the day, and I would focus on my commercial transactions, which was really hard because it's hard to stay focused like that. Now let me just tell you something though. I looked up and my commercial real estate business started paying me more than my residential business was paying me doing 100 deals a year. So all of a sudden that happened when I got focused, and I looked up and saw that and said, okay, I see where I need to go, which is really the full-time commercial, which was my ultimate goal and ultimate plan. But it wasn't that easy. I actually struggled in commercial real estate, even though I had that mentor there that was training me and coaching me. Because see, what happened was I was this top agent at Remax that came from Century 21, this young guy, this young kid that knew it all, right? You couldn't tell me how to do anything. And so I knew exactly what I was gonna do, and nobody was gonna tell me how to do anything. So I did it my way. And my way was not a good way to do it. I was spending all kinds of money. I was doing the wrong things. I wasn't listening to the mentor and what he taught me to do. I just ignored him completely. Long story short, I was spending so much money because my residential team was falling apart, and I was about 3 months away from going bankrupt. And I go back to my mentor and said, hey, I'm gonna have to go get a full-time job here. I can't do this anymore. I've got to get my residential, I mean, I'm not going to get a full-time job. I mean, I've got to go back and get my residential business going because the team was falling apart. So I'll come back and do this commercial stuff later. And he said, hey, are you ready to listen to me now? Are you ready to do it my way? And so I said to him, I'm hurting so bad. Yes, I'll do anything. I'll do it the right way. So I just started exactly what he was saying to do to the T. I just, blind faith, started doing the right strategies, the right systems, the things that he taught me how to do. And then boom, I got my first escrow, $52,000 commission. In fact, I kept the commission check to this day. $52,000 to me was a ton of money at the time. And the deal was the easiest deal I've ever done in my life, by the way. And it closed, and I was put my head to the grindstone, and I was just focusing on commercial real estate, wasn't really paying attention to the outcome. And then all of a sudden I look up, I have 5 escrows, I have $300,000, it hits my bank account like in 1 month, and it changed my life forever. I had a little blow-up pool in my backyard for my daughter, who was young at the time, and I got rid of that blow-up pool and put a whole brand new pool in with a construction company and waterfalls and the whole thing. And I bought my wife a brand new Lexus with a bow on top. You know, I did some things for my family because I don't come from money. I have never had the ability to do that. I had a Visa card that I maxed out. I paid that off in full, and I bought some franchises. I bought some real estate. So I finally was able to do some smart things and some good things in my life, and it just changed everything. You guys, this is I share this story with you because maybe you can relate. Maybe there's some of you who can relate to this, who get it. I understand what it's like to struggle. I understand what it's like to see commissions going to other people that you could be getting. I get it. I've been through that. I know what it takes to succeed in this business, and I can help you. I can really help you do it. If you're willing to focus, if you're willing to get busy doing this, and because you got to spend time on it, obviously, whether it's an hour a day or 2 hours a day, you've got to focus on it and spend time on it. If you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to put forth an effort and focus, then I'm here to show you how to do it. Okay, I can absolutely show you if you're willing to do the work. I'll show you the things that you need to do. All right, so thanks for watching as always. I appreciate your time very much, and make it a great day.